The shining city rises like a beacon of safety in a world consumed by darkness. Inside a medical room, Kay lies unconscious on a bed, his hair restored to white. Murray sits anxiously at his side, while the colorists Red, Gail, and Ellie Scion stand nearby, watching over him. The three elite pioneers observe the sleeping boy with heavy, solemn expressions. Red's thoughts drift back to the chaos of the Blacklands. Shame weighs on him. He had promised that no one would be seriously injured, yet the image of the sword demon and Kay's severed hand proves his failure. Silently, Red takes full responsibility for the tragic outcome of the mission. He stares at a broken pocket watch, bitterly thinking that he hasn't changed at all and questioning whether he even deserves to be called a hero. Nearby, Ellie and Gail quietly discuss the mission. Ellie calls their survival a miracle, crediting the leadership of Captains Red and Arantia. Red listens without responding, his expression tired and somber. With firm resolve, Ellie declares that she will become stronger so she will never be a burden to Kay again. Red calmly tells her there is no need to rush. Mari, overhearing this, feels startled and confused. She remembers her shock when the famous colorists first appeared at her workshop, claiming to be Kay's colleagues. Though she had feared for Kay at first, now she realizes that his new teammates seem like decent people. Looking at Kay's peaceful face, she wishes he would wake up soon. A nurse had already reassured her that Kay had no physical injuries and would regain consciousness before long. Breaking the silence, Red asks Mari if she is Kay's friend and confirms her name. When she nods, he reassures her about Kay's condition, then grows serious and says he needs to ask her something. Red inquires whether she knows the whereabouts of a small creature named Nero. At that moment, a black shape slipped out from behind Kay. Gail's eyes widen in shock as he points toward the bed, shouting that the creature has finally appeared. Nero, the small black cat, calmly sits on Kay's pillow while Gail yells at him for hiding. He reports to Red that this is the creature that swallowed the Stella fragment during the mission, complaining that its disappearance made explaining things to their superiors extremely difficult. Red looks puzzled, his patience wearing thin, as Gail lunges toward the bed and orders the cat to come to him. Nero retaliates, striking Gail in the face before flying away, leaving the swordsman furious. The small cat darts straight into Mari's arms, where she hugs him protectively. Overjoyed, Mari says she suspected Nero had been hiding in Kay's shadow the entire time and feels relieved that he is safe. Red watches the scene intently. As he stares at Nero, an overwhelming sense of familiarity washes over him. He can't explain it and wonders if his mind is playing tricks on him. Suddenly, Nero's mouth begins to glow with multicolored light. To Mari's shock, the cat spits out a radiant orb. Red exhales in relief, admitting he had been worried about how to retrieve it. The room fills with rainbow light as Red reaches out and grasps the floating Stella fragment, satisfied that they have finally secured another piece. His expression darkens as he reflects on the heavy price paid for the single object. Meanwhile, within his unconscious mind, Kay relives the battle. He remembers how Ellie and Gail were powerless against the monstrous sword demon, and how desperation drove him to step in despite the danger. Fear and panic surge as the nightmare reaches its peak. With a sudden scream, Kay jolts upright in bed. Awake at last, he pants heavily, drenched in sweat, and looks around in confusion. His eyes widen when he sees Captain Red holding the Stella fragment, with Ellie and Gail nearby. Struggling to understand where he is and what happened, Kay glances down at his hands. Terror floods him when he realizes his black color is gone, leaving him colorless once more. Panic sets in as memories of rejection flash through his mind. He desperately searches for an excuse to hide his true nature, fearing he will be cast out again. Seeing his distress, Red calmly tells Kay to lift his head, asking why he looks so guilty, and assuring him that his appearance doesn't matter. What matters, Red explains, is how well they handled their first mission.
He admits he never expected the new recruits to succeed in retrieving the fragment. With a welcoming smile, Red tells Kay that he plans to train him relentlessly from now on and officially welcomes him to the Red team. Kay stares at him in disbelief, unable to speak. Slowly, relief replaces his fear, and a smile spreads across his face as he realizes he has finally been accepted. Red prepares to leave, telling the recruits to finish their discussion and then rest. Holding the Stella fragment, he says he must report to Lord Luminous and instructs them to remain at the facility until further orders arrive. Once Red departs, Kay, Mari, Ellie, and Gail are left alone in the medical bay. Ellie breaks the silence by asking Kay if he remembers anything after losing consciousness during the battle. Kay looks uneasy and admits that despite Red's request for secrecy, he truly doesn't remember much. Ellie sighs and lets the matter go, saying everyone has their own secrets. Kay insists he's being honest, then quickly changes the subject by asking how he can return to his black color state. Mari laughs brightly and tells him not to worry. She proudly explains that she prepared something for exactly this situation. As the others watch curiously, she rummages through her bags and pulls out a small bottle filled with dark liquid, announcing that it's black ink. She casually mentions she took it from a disposal site. Ellie is horrified, pointing out that it's toxic waste, not ink, and questioning why Mari has something so dangerous.
Kay, however, is delighted. He calls it his personal ink and ignores Ellie's warnings. Without hesitation, he opens the bottle and drinks the black sludge. Ellie freezes in shock, while Mari smiles knowingly. After finishing it, Kay sighs with satisfaction as dark mist swirls around him. The energy surges through his body, and his hair turns jet black once again. Clenching his fists, he declares that his recovery is complete. Mari claps happily, but adds that the ink wasn't enough to fully restore his energy. She suggests they go to her studio to get more, and Kay eagerly agrees. Gail, who has been watching silently with a dark expression, interrupts and announces that he's leaving. Before he goes, he stops and stares at Kay with suspicion and resentment, his gaze lingering on Kay's arm, which has completely regenerated after being severed. Gail knows that regeneration is a high-level ability reserved for specialized colorists, and can't understand how Kay accomplished something so impossible. He angrily demands to know why Kay put himself in danger during the fight. Memories surface of Kay jumping in front of the sword demon to shield them, taking a devastating blow meant for others. Kay hesitates, unsettled by Gail's harsh tone. He explains that he thought they were in danger and believed his ability might stop the attack, admitting that he failed and nearly made things worse. His humility only fuels Gail's anger. With clenched teeth, Gail grabs Kay by the collar and shouts, demanding to know who asked for his help. He bluntly says he doesn't like Kay. Kay is left stunned and confused. Mari quickly steps in, yelling at Gail and asking why he's acting so irrationally. Gail falls silent, wrestling with his emotions, then releases Kay and walks out without another word. Mari fumes with anger, but Ellie reassures her that Gail is always difficult. She decides to leave as well, suggesting they postpone their match. Kay thanks her, and once she's gone, only Kay, Mari, and Nero remain. Kay suggests returning to Mari's workshop, and she happily agrees. Before leaving, he remembers something special he wants to show her. Curious, Mari listens as he explains it's something he obtained after defeating an enemy during the mission. Recalling the giant mechanical automaton, Kay retrieves a bag from a shelf and tells her he thinks she'll like what's inside. He reveals the object, and Mari stares in amazement as her eyes light up with excitement. It's the glowing core of the robot Kay destroyed in the ruins. Elsewhere, in a grand hall bathed in shimmering light, colorist Red walks alone through a silent corridor, his expression grave. He enters a vast chamber flooded with intense golden radiance. At the top of a long staircase, a figure enveloped in rainbow light awaits him.
As Red approaches, he announces his presence. A woman with long, pale hair and an elegant white dress welcomes Red, calmly saying she has been expecting him. Standing before her, Red explains that he finally has good news after a long time. Just as she predicted, they have discovered a way to open the Black Witch's curtain. The woman turns to face him, revealing herself as Lord Luminous.